Oh, hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Josh Potter Show. 'Tis I, Josh Potter, going to be live in a various amount of places coming up here in the fall, and I want you to buy tickets to them. The big one coming up, September 23rd, Portland, Oregon, at the old Siren Theater. Get your tickets to that ASAP. I'll be at Skankfest in Las Vegas, September 29th through October 1st. The 20th and 21st of October, we're going to be at SoulJoel's, Pottstown, PA, so get your tickets to that if you're in and around Philadelphia. It's around that area, as I understand. October 26th, Cobb's Comedy Club, San Francisco. The 29th, Seattle, Washington. And we'll just let you know about October for now. How's that? Twitch.tv/Josh_Potter to watch on there. And then, of course, the Patreon. $5 a month, a whole different podcast, so much more. I was actually reminded that I put up an hour of comedy on there, and it's not really my set or anything. It was the Chiefs versus Bills divisional game, and I was on stage during it, and I just did play-by-play for the whole thing. It was an hour long. It was the most heartbreaking game of my life. Go watch it. $5 a month over on the Patreon. Today, we have a very wonderful guest. He's one of my favorites, one of the funniest guys in comedy. He's got a 30-minute special right now out on YouTube, presented by our friends over at Gas Digital. It's Kurt Metzger, folks. Go check out the special.
I just so
yes,
was I in camera the whole time while you were reading the opening business, the housekeeping?
I don't believe so. Okay. I mean, they won't do that
Good,
to you.
because I was making a very
you were
sour. I was just in my own world.
You were sour about my dates because I.
Yeah, and I don't. I did that SoulJoel spot. That's a good spot.
I haven't done it yet, and I remember during like pandemic. Here's the thing. I did it a long time ago before it was this like SoulJoel's back in the day.
I did it was like a little black 17 box. Years. I didn't think about it, but
it wasn't in Pottstown before.
No, he has them all over. I did it. The money's always right, and they're pretty decent.
Yeah, SoulJoel's he kept comedy going during the pandemic. It was like all of a sudden every comic was doing it.
The airplane hangar tent.
Yeah. I didn't get to do that one.
Had better acoustics than
I thought that's what this one was going to be, but it's not. Now he's got a whole nother place.
No, yeah, it's a big it's like a big like dining hall kind of.
Oh, great! No, I'm just kidding. I can't wait, SoulJoel. I'm actually so psyched. The deal is great too. The seating, because you could, I think, go there too. He gets like billboards to advertise because people are driving around there. He pays for billboards. No shit. So if you see me on a billboard, send that in to old joshpottershow@gmail.com. That's where you can send in your stories. You can send in everything else, by the way.
You can sell it out.
I mean, that would be wonderful. That would be a nice little check in my pocket. But tell us about the special. It's out on YouTube. Gas Digital did it. Are you hyped about it?
Well, it was a half hour, so it's easy to sit through.
Nice.
You don't have to sit. It's not that long.
Hell yeah.
No, I was supposed to do an hour a while ago that I ended up not doing, and then so then I just had I want to do a separate hour, but Gas Digital Lewis made that series on. I was like, I want to get shit up, you know.
Sure.
So I was like, I have a half hour stuff. I'd rather have it up now.
And you got 30 new reels.
Yeah, I've timed each joke perfectly to the minute. Then I go over my analytics. I get like enraged and stressed when I have to think about that shit.
Here's where I am at. I'm like an old man. I'm like the guy in Shawshank, you know, when he gets out of jail.
Red.
Yeah, and I'm like
standing there. Or the one that
like,
hung himself.
The one that hung himself, yeah.
Which one was that? That wasn't.
Was Red. That not Red?
No, Red's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, no, it was, the old man where he just goes out and he starts bagging groceries and he's like, the world's gone and gotten itself in a great big hurry. And Brooks, yeah, no. So, like, Brooks was here carving it into the board.
He's bagging groceries and he goes, go into the bathroom, boss. He goes, you don't have to tell me. You're like, whoa.
Now I'm going, instead of carving my name into a beam, I just tweet. I put it on Threads.
Oh, that's really a lot of tweets are that guy's carving in the
Josh was here. But it is a somber day. During this weekend, we lost a great American icon.
Who's that? Lizzo? Because of fat shaming?
It was. It's actually Steve Harwell of Smash Mouth passed away.
He did?
Yes,
he did. Well, can I tell you something? He didn't take care of himself.
Most people were thinking I was going to mention Jimmy Buffett, probably. I would imagine.
Smash Mouth above Jimmy Buffett. If you're asking me to pick.
Either way, guys who wear Hawaiian shirts are down bad this week, I got to say. I mean, that is
He didn't catch fire, did he? How did he die?
The guy from Smash Mouth died in like a really actually like awful way. Can you Google it real quick? Because I think he was in like hospice when he passed away.
Well, you could see he had a bit. He was he was a plump drunk. You could see that when you'd see him.
Liver failure.
Liver failure.
I toured seeing them live across the country, so I saw the.
Let's raise one for Steve Harwell.
A high noon for Steve Harwell?
Noon for Steve Harwell. And Jimmy Buffett. I mean, that guy had skin cancer, which is ironic because he's like, go lay on the beach and get drunk, and then he gets skin cancer. I mean, that's a little fucked.
How white? Look, here's how you test if you know you should be out in the sun like that, okay? Like your safe amount of tan versus tumors.
Yeah.
Check how dark your dick is. You can get as dark as your dick usually. It's the rule.
What if I think my dick's more pale than I am?
Then,
I actually
then
don't
you
know.
You better wear sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
I think
up.
I actually don't know. I got to take a look at it.
If you're like, how tan could I get? How dark is your dick? That'll tell you.
I mean,
safely. How safely tan can I
now,
get?
which part of your dick? Because the foreskin, I would imagine.
Not the foreskin scar.
Okay.
I'm talking about
that's dark.
Overall.
Foreskin can be very dark.
Your overall, like, if you're like a redhead, you probably got a real raw freckle dick. Then like it's just gonna get red.
Do dicks get freckles? I've never seen a freckled penis before. I've never actually seen a redhead in.
I've only heard the legends, but I believe it.
I mean, I've never seen a real true redhead's penis before. I don't believe because they're not like it's not like they're in porn.
Hold on, that's a great I don't think I've ever seen a redheaded freckle puss guy in porn.
Yeah, there's
Have
no
you?
like real stark redheaded.
Like a Richie Cunningham of porn.
I haven't seen one. I've not come across one. They're all usually dark haired or a blonde guy.
Is there an Irish porn industry? Where they say, let's just not. Is there Scottish porn?
I just want to see a porn star that looks like Farkas from A Christmas Story. He's just all like, he's all fucking freckled out. Well, in lieu of Steve Harwell, I don't even know why I'm reading this, but this is like hear a real heartfelt tweet about Steve Harwell.
Yeah.
It's very long. And
is it from a young girl who was on a soccer team?
No, I want you to, it's from
now you're an all-star?
It's from a celebrity. And I want you to try and guess who it is. He's not too far out of our orbit.
Shifty Shell Shock that sang "Come Come My Lady." Remember that?
That's on Crazy Town.
Crazy Town, yeah. Shifty Shell. I used to see him at Runyon.
There's a guy named Shifty Shell.
Shifty Shell Shock was the singer from that song.
Wasn't that Mark McGrath was the singer of Crazy Town? Oh no, I'm confusing Crazy Town and
Shifty Shell Shocks.
Every morning there's I was confusing those two bands. What band is that
lady.
One?
You know it.
I know that. Yeah, come.
They had that one song.
Sugar fly, sugar baby, come my lady. Yeah, so I don't know why I thought Mark McGrath was the singer of that band and not the band that he is.
No, he was like the Rolling Stones to Mark McGrath's Beatles.
Yeah, they oddly looked similar, but they weren't. So yeah, no, this is a heartfelt tweet from a celebrity. My heart goes out to the family and friends of Steve Harwell of Smash Mouth, who has passed away recently. When the hit All Star from their album Astro Lounge came out, I understood that this feel-good song, catchy as heck lyrics and music, was more than just a summer top 10. It was an anthem for people like myself, who came from a background of low self-esteem and trauma. It was a Jolt Cola rocket ship filled with a million specks of belief. Almost overkill, but for someone that needed that mental embrace, a few of those earworm fragments might get to someone to stand up and find their way. I was even more excited to be in the music video, which as of today has gotten over 457 million views. I would listen to the song, and when it hit the line, "My world's on fire, how about yours?" I always wanted to become the person asking that question and never had to be asked again because I insisted on finding a way to adventure forward. Steve Harwell, thank you for your music, and thanks for believing those words and sharing them.
I think I know who it is.
Who is it?
Steve Harvey. Because you know
Close.
why? When you start to say Steve Har, I'm thinking you're saying Harvey, but you say well.
Steve Harwell, yeah.
And I can imagine Steve Harvey's like, whoa, Steve Harwell, and just kept tabs on him because of that name thing alone.
No, it's not him. It is. You were close though. It is a comedian.
Okay.
It's Dane Cook.
I guess I should have guessed that.
Isn't it obvious once you know who it is?
Yeah.
What a wild tweet. Isn't that a fucking crazy tweet?
Hold on. I just found out something.
Who knew tweets could be that long, first of all? I never had to hit a show more on a tweet
I didn't know.
before.
I had no idea.
It was crazy.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah. And it was this crazy. Look
Okay.
at that. There it is right there.
So, have you heard the popular term Karen? Perhaps he invented that.
Really?
Yes, that was stolen from him.
I did not know that.
Neither did I. I just saw it recently.
Where was it? In
one of his
special?
old specials.
Okay, Karen. He says it like that.
No, he goes. He describes them.
Oh, wow.
He goes, I call them Karens. That's from him.
No one. I would definitely feel like, what the fuck, world? Pay attention. I'm Dane Cook. If I knew that, I didn't. I thought he was just walking around.
I feel compelled to tell you about it because it blew my fucking mind.
That's bananas.
I mean, it didn't blow my mind. I used to see him all the time in when I got to New York. Weren't you in New York a while?
I was never in New York. I was I would bop in and out there. I was in Buffalo.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
Yeah. I can't claim New York. I would go there every few weeks.
So when I got there, it was like he was like kind of getting hot as a comic, but he didn't have that tour wasn't a thing yet.
Right.
But
he wasn't like doing theaters yet.
Yeah, but there was like comics that hated his guts. A couple of them like fucking hang. And then like I used to play with Bobby Kelly Rainbow Six, not Siege, but it was Rainbow Six SWAT team game.
Yeah. I remember Rainbow Six.
So I'd play that with Bobby and him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was funny. He didn't like. I don't know why I like to play the permanent death game mode where you don't respawn, but he didn't want to. He was like, Bobby, this is like.
Yeah, respawning's for dorks. I mean, that's like you can't respawn. One death.
With that game, now I realize the reason you're playing is to just get dopamine hits of simulated murder.
yeah.
Anyway, whatever. The point is, it was like playing like 12-year-olds on this.
Sure.
And
I do that with hockey with my friends from back home.
he would destroy live every time I saw him, and he had a bunch of shit that I thought was funny. Patrice said the funniest thing one time about. Because I think he was friendly with him. I didn't have any kind of like venom or
sure.
I think they were cool, but Patrice goes, here's my only problem with Dane. He goes, all his specials, retaliation, harmful swan. You think he's gonna come out with a sword? And you're like, and there's jokes about drinking jelly. I like the drinking jelly joke.
I was in college. I hadn't even started stand up yet, and he like exploded, and like people were quoting his shit, and like it was huge. But I like look at him on Twitter now. I'll read his tweets, and it's like, Dane, man, come back. It's okay.
What do you mean?
He had a sick life, but now, and I think he knows it. But it's like, I don't know. It's just he tweets kind of crazy. It's like,
I mean, who do you go on their Twitter and you're like, let's say you go on somebody's Twitter. And it's
that's a good point.
It's nothing but just like positive or like you got to be sick in the head to be on Twitter a lot.
Oh, I agree. I think, yeah. If
you're on Twitter a lot, you're going through something.
Do you know? That's exactly right. I always said, I was like, if I'm tweeting a lot, I'm extraordinarily in my bad space. But I will say, with football coming back, thank God,
right?
I definitely tweeted about like a football game a lot. That's when I'm in a good space.
Because it was a good game or a bad game?
It was an exciting game. I won my bet. I won my first bet of the slate this week, and it was pretty awesome. I then proceeded to lose all of that money on the late slate.
How much money?
Maybe like $200 or something like that. At all said and done, it could have swung the other way. I could have won $600, but
yeah,
such is. But it's all money in a account that I never touch. It's like a betting account, so like the number just goes up and down.
Oh, that's very gambly of you.
Yeah, I mean I gamble quite often.
I have a separate account.
Yeah.
Well,
It's fake numbers then.
Do you get the high either way? That's why I never got into sports. I don't bet on anything.
I mean, I get the high. Here's the thing. Like Colorado this week, Deion Sanders started coaching them, and they were supposed to suck. They were supposed to be awful. And not because...
Sounds like the Mighty Ducks.
Well, not because Deion Sanders is awful or anything, because it's like a new thing, and he brought in like all these new players, and like they play their first game against a team that played in a championship game last year. So they were plus 1,100 at one point.
Okay.
Which, if you're not a gambler, that's insane. That means if you bet $5, you're going to get like $500 or something like that.
Like roulette odds. That's why I like roulette.
Exactly. So it's in my nature to bet that sexy plus sign. That sexy plus sign. I want to just eat its ass. You know what I mean? And that's like usually in my nature to do that. And I didn't do it this week. And I want to die. I mean, it was like one of those things. So I didn't get the high from that. I felt sick. Do you know what I mean? So then
if you had lost on it, you'd feel way better.
I would actually.
Yeah.
Because
You
I
get the
did
high
make the
either
bet.
way.
Yeah.
I opened up for Louis one time at was it Mohegan? I don't remember which fuck it was. But after the show, they had a table set for him to play blackjack.
Yes, Tom's done that too recently.
So
at
he had like
casinos.
a thing of like, this is like when that Horace and Pete came out, and I guess on Stern he said like he mildly suggested he didn't make money on it, and it was a disaster. But he made a lot of fucking money on it. So
once he put it up there to buy it, probably, right?
Dude, he was.
I own those Horace and Pete episodes on like a flash drive.
You could just see it on Hulu, and people still buy it.
That's what's so funny.
That wild?
That was what's always was funny to me about Louis' thing, putting them up like that, because I was like, well, people can just download these and put them on a drive and like copy them.
I know. He said like, just please don't if you.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but I always thought it was funny. Now he streams shit.
He has his like website where you could watch his specials and shit. That's where I was gonna do my hour before all that shit came down on. And so that's a dedicated fan audience that like he could do shit like that. Like,
for sure.
Like, hey, don't. And a lot of them won't.
That's great.
And he's like, well, some of it will, but like if your fan base likes you and they don't feel like you're fucking them in some way.
Yeah, they want to support and help you.
They absolutely will. And so people then take advantage of that. That's how the new model. So his thing is he makes stuff and then you see it and you pay or, the new thing is you're not supposed to make a product and sell it. They'll tell you straight up. You're supposed to develop like a false idol cult around yourself so that people feel like if you're winning, they're winning.
Interesting.
Like so Britney Spears and they're like, where's Britney? Like all these people are worried about Britney and you're like I don't think her boyfriend's healthy. I'm like, do you feel like you are healthy?
Do you feel like you're healthy?
Never mind any of her personal bullshit about Britney Spears, but you yourself, a person who's out, like, you understand how fucking crazy this is that you give a shit about somebody's personal fucking business like that?
Right. But you were saying about Louis at the blackjack table.
He had like a money belt thing. So his blackjack. So I'm playing like $60 blackjack or whatever, and he's playing like right next to each other.
That's what's fun. Do they do the thing where, because he got his own table, they do the thing where like they go, you can play with whatever you want, and then you see him putting in like crazy amounts.
And we didn't play. Like, we only play a little 10. Bit, like literally just not even that. But it's funny. And I had gambled before, but I didn't notice it until we were playing it because I never got in blackjack. But I was getting a tingle up the back of my spine.
Yes,
like I had never felt that before. Roulette, I won a bunch of times one time in Vegas just randomly, and I would walk away and go eat with it or something. Yeah. And I kept winning, but I didn't like stick around to try to get it back. Next time I went, I didn't work that way. But that feeling of like an exhilaration shooting up your back, like I had never felt. He goes, yeah, the fucked up thing is you feel it if you lose.
Yes, when it goes away. I mean, it's like almost like it goes up your back when you win and down your back when you lose. It
really is like a quantum drug of like in the moment before you both won and lost, and then they look at it and then it collapses into your reality.
When it comes to like table games, I never really had an issue. I do them, but I don't really like crave them. When it comes to a sporting event, if I'm watching it, I go, man, you know what would make this sweeter? If I had some action on this game.
I don't give a shit about most sports, but if I bet, I would very closely pay attention.
That's kind of what it is, because it's like I like football, but if my favorite team isn't playing, I used to just be like, well, whatever. But
I think that's healthier than someone that isn't betting on it, but they would get in a fist fight at the stadium. Like,
sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's more insane. Like, somebody getting that emotional because they put money on it is like just rational to me.
Oh, sure. I never resonated with, and I'm diehard, and I never like understood how something that's supposed to be so fun and like pure in a way, and it's not pure at all, but like pure in the sense where it's like it's just something I can focus on. It's not politics. It's not anything that has any consequence.
Yeah, that's the function of it. That's what the gladiator games used to be.
Exactly.
A thing we could all get into.
And I'm a complete zombie, and I don't care, and I love it, but I can't imagine becoming violent over it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because that's because you've never enjoyed it the way some people are going to enjoy it.
I guess. I mean, I do live and die by it, but I guess that just is more to my manner.
Did you ever see that?
Is because I wouldn't get violent even if if it was over something probably even worse. Do you know what I mean? Like it would take a lot for me to get violent.
A bunch of people are going there to feel that fucking kind of like I remember ECW wrestling.
Oh, sure.
I went to that in Philly. That was where the stadium. It was like a second date I went on.
Jesus.
With this chick that was a stripper and by the way, it was a great date because you're up close. It was bring your own weapons night. Okay. I was like,
ECW.
yeah, I'm like 21, and we brought. It was my friend Rich came. And I think we had like a cookie, like a
cookie tray.
a cookie tray, a stop sign.
Nice.
And it was New Jack versus somebody, but New Jack used a bunch of our weapons.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that wrestling, you're up close, so them cutting their heads or whatever the fuck they're doing to bleed.
Yeah.
That's like up close David Blaine magic as opposed to,
Sure. No, that's crazy.
So, and you get like the bloodlust of a lynch mob, but nobody got killed. Everybody had a great wrestling time. But that fucking pick the thing up and hit him, and so. And by the way, WCW, the same girl I ended up dating, she won a contest on the radio to be a ring girl.
Oh wow.
At WCW, which had a stadium, and it turned out to be just fucking 4 hours of hard labor watching the kid that won the contest in heels. She said it sucked. And me and Jay and Charles Walden, a comic from Philly, who has cerebral. He was actually a really funny dude. He has cerebral palsy. The three of us were watching the event, and it was so shitty compared to ECW. We're up high. You really can't see shit.
And it's a little more sanitized.
Yeah, it sucked.
There's no weapons in WCW.
Dude. But that bloodlust of ECW feeling Philly, I would say I would stack them up to be the most insane sports fans compared to Boston.
For sure.
Because it's just not even things I witnessed with my own eyes.
Eagles fans are insane. And it's like...
Big J has all the stories of because he loves the Eagles.
Sure.
So his stories of things he watched Philly idiots do are hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine. Bills fans, I say we are, sure there obviously are your outliers, there are violent sorts, but for the most part, we're more happy-go-lucky, and we're injuring ourselves. I mean, we're famous for jumping off of buses through tables. It's not like we're putting people through the table. Do you know what I'm saying? We're doing it to ourselves.
The wrestling.
We're walking on hot coals.
It's ironic that the wrestling scripted in football, I guess, is mostly not but it ends up with brain damage. They all get that
does more so than wrestling, I would imagine.
Well, Chris Benoit was, and football.
Was Chris Benoit CTE or was he
sure
steroids?
No, steroid. Dude, getting hit in the head is the worst thing in the world for you.
Sure.
It's not as good for you as you would think it would be.
No, I mean, they're finding out more and more. It's even one thing could change you.
Yes. Aaron Hernandez. Remember Aaron Hernandez?
I think he was also a murderer.
No, he got hit in the head a lot. And
I think he was also...
He got all gay and murdery from head hits.
That's funny. He got gay from the head.
He just got gayer and more murdery with every game.
We're already talking about sports. Let's get into the sports. Oh, you changed that color. While it was singing.
What is this?
This is me singing the sports theme to launch the sports section of the show and get into, because we were already talking about it.
You couldn't get a royalty-free one? That probably an instrument?
Nope, I did it myself. Fuck royalty-free. I didn't want us to get pulled off, YouTube and whatnot. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by DraftKings. We've had the most absolutely boring 7 months without an NFL game. Well, guess what? The fun is finally coming back this week. I am so excited for NFL action. I even was dipping my toe into DraftKings with some college football just because I was anticipating the NFL season so much. Washington, Boise State got a big dub on that one. Regretted not doing the Colorado bet that I mentioned earlier. I think DraftKings had it at plus 800. And by the way, DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, it's giving you the chance right now that you can't miss. It's an offer for week 1. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL game. All customers can snag 2 offers every single day this September, every single game day. So download the app and see what you get. Download now and use code Josh Potter to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code Josh Potter only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after insurance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. But speaking of guys who get hit in the head a lot, this team, the Arizona Cardinals this year, are going to be awful. They're like proclaiming it from a corporate standpoint. They're like, we're tanking. We're trying to get Caleb Williams. And they hired this coach, and they put out this trailer for, like, I guess they do like a documentary on their own training camp for like YouTube or whatever. Every team is doing like the Hard Knocks model to be like an advertisement for themselves. And so this guy, his name is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's John Gannon, I do believe. Jonathan Gannon. And he's like been an assistant. He's like a nerd. He's a football nerd. He's been drawing up plays and like
Moneyball?
Yes, he's like a defensive quality control coach for different teams.
Do you know the true story of Moneyball? I looked up the real, because I saw it.
Yeah.
So Brad Pitt paid that real guy, right? And then Jonah Hill played the Jews. He was an
amalgam. That's what it says.
He was a composite character.
He was a composite character.
The Jews.
And they forget that they had like one of the best. They don't even talk about the fact that they had like one of the best pitchers in the history of baseball playing at that time. He won like so many.
Moneyball, yeah.
A Moneyball. But this guy, he's trying to. So like they're in a classroom here, right? And he's got to give a speech to this team, who, by the way, they all know we're going to be the worst team in the NFL this year. They can feel it.
I didn't know. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Well, I'm saying they know. Okay. They know what's going on. Kyler Murray's not going to play.
They did the algorithms.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty apparent. So, like, this guy has to give them a speech about, like...
Is he autistic or something?
Well,
he looks like Andrew Tate's brother.
Let's see what he does. This is him giving like what's supposed to be like a run through a wall speech.
Wait, what's Andrew Tate's brother's name? John Tate? He looks like that. The Tate with hair?
The Tate with hair.
Oh, that's the name of those cookies.
Welcome back. Who drove over here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus?
That's autism.
You have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted, okay? We're here for a reason, to win games.
What?
So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast.
Did you just tell him to light a fart?
You are, just understand, I'm looking for killers.
What is happening?
Oh, shit, dude. I can't wait. I'm going to run through a fucking wall for that guy.
Did you see those players trying to have a good attitude and pay attention to it, too?
Yes.
That had to be... I'm thinking of, okay, what's that?
There was one guy just like, this is fucking...
The guy in the karate outfit?
Yeah.
Okay, one guy was dressed like Bruce Leroy from the Last Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, well, fashion, I can't possibly...
Hey, if you're not here to kill, just get
around that.
Dude, this is like a sketch.
That's what I was saying. Like, this
Everything's
guy...
a sketch now.
What was did you drive in a car here? How many of you rode the bus? Oh, you didn't ride the bus? Like... What was that even meaning? Ride the bus. They're fucking millionaires, all of them.
So that's somebody on a Aspie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Spectrum.
Like, this was a hire where they go, well, this dork is really good at defense. Like,
why do they
let's
put
hire him
in
to be
charge
the leader of men? I don't, you know what I mean?
Wait,
like,
okay, so I get like hiring. Like in Moneyball, Jonah Hill didn't say inspiring words to the team, right?
Exactly.
They kept him in a closet.
He would be he's a great coordinator. That this is what always happens. And you can tell it. There's like a smell test when they hire a new coach. When they hire a guy, you go, oh, this guy, he might be like dumb as bricks, but all the players want to like win for him. You know?
Yeah,
like,
the most valuable thing.
Yeah, like Dan Campbell.
Like Al Pacino in that Any Given Sunday. I don't even
exactly.
I don't give a shit about football. Anybody could watch that movie and get into it about football. And he gives this speech. Yeah.
And then some guys, though, they go, you know what? We're we're going to be a little step ahead. We're going to hire an analytics guy, and a guy that just seems like he's like, you know, a beautiful mind with like calling plays or whatever. And they hire a guy like that, and then he gets
also
in there.
shits in a bathtub.
Yeah. He also like has his wife hold him at night and is like, "Tell me I'm good, mommy."
In this,
I don't know. I'm just assuming a lot of things about Jonathan Gannon.
he sleeps in a cardboard box at night next to a giant bed that is perfectly made. The bed has never been unmade, and then he gets into a cardboard box, hugging his knees to his chest.
Yeah, and his wife lays in the bed with him.
Okay, did anybody think to take the Any Given Sunday music of the Al Pacino speech and put it behind this guy's?
Oh, I'm sure. Dude, they already... Here's the thing. His own production crew did him dirty by putting, like, intense music by it. And they, you know... I mean, they're shooting this in the documentary.
Look at Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, this... I don't know who
Am
that
I
is.
the toughest?
They just traded to
Show
DeAndre
enough.
Hopkins. That's probably, like, a receiver, I would imagine. But I don't know who it is.
A receptive anal receiver, it looked like.
That's the thing about football, though, is, like, they're always wearing helmets. So you can't, like... Unless you know... Like, I can't tell who any of those players are without their, like, jersey on or without...
Dude, I still think of that one Key and Peele name sketch of
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that was so
talk about a
perfect.
universally beloved sketch by all who saw it.
Yes, I mean, dudes that are named Aaron are calling themselves AA.
Because you know what was so fucking impressive about it is they were doing a different dialect for every dude.
Yes.
They did a different...
And they had different wigs.
Yeah,
and
they did a different guy. That's like really hard to do a different...
like a different, like, not accent, but
I don't
like
remember
you
it
said
getting-
dialect, exactly.
I don't remember it getting called racist. I'm sure somebody boohooed about it, but I don't remember
Really?
it
People
sticking.
complained about that as racist?
Yeah, there's
Well,
always
because then there
somebody.
was a guy that was like Dean Stanford. He was just the white guy at the end.
No, yeah, it's great. But the thing is, why I say it's... I mean, everybody loved it. It's
Yes.
dipshits. But here's why it's not. Because... they had a different fucking thing for each dude. Like, that's like a real hassle to come up with all those.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go.
Those are a
regional
lot of
dialects.
dude. They did a different regional dialect for each silly name. Dude, that just shows care, you know.
That goes to show
This guy,
they're good.
Here's why.
You made me joke with that.
Oh my god. Here's why I bring it up, because this fucking guy wouldn't understand any of that.
No.
There's half an algorithm.
Well, Kirsten, if you can find, there's another video of him where he like daps up a guy.
I thought he was talking about how to get chicks. He should have a thing about the manosphere.
He daps up a guy and he's like,
I'm a high value male.
God, I mean, it won't be on there.
Do you want to be like a train that is clean and gets to its destination promptly, or do you want to be like a train that is late? Did you have a...
That's his type of... He's going to say that before week 1, dude. Oh, my God. That's a funny idea.
He's like the Hannah Gadsby of motivational speaking.
Here he is, meaning Kyler Murray, the quarterback, who he just benched for 4 games, for the record. Or put him on.
We are hugging now.
Let's go,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Let's go. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. I was talking about you, bro.
Definitely can't
Everything
wait.
I said. Let's go. Oh, man.
Wait, watch
They
what
said,
he does here.
why do you want to take this job? Well, not many open jobs have a franchise quarterback. That's why.
And then he benched him.
Huge football character guy. So the high football character guys have to lead the other guys.
Right.
Like, it's going to come from me. It's going to come from you.
That's how the message get passed along.
That's right.
Tell you your
That's right.
business.
You know what I mean?
And then you're like,
Daily action.
coach, dude.
Dude, because all these guys are like, I just want to do good.
He
on
does
this.
one where he just starts going like, you're pew, pew, pew. He does something.
Good.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
Explosives.
Explosives.
Hey, Calvin.
Oh
how you doing,
my
man?
God.
Good to meet you.
Dude, that's what that was the
thank
part.
you,
That's the only
man.
part I
Good
saw
to
this.
see
I
your
haven't
players.
seen. That's crazy. That
In
they
the
have all
future,
these
football
interactions.
players will have robot legs. Do you have robot legs? Would you like to have robot legs?
This is the guy that would be like.
You are cool.
This is the guy that would be like, well, ideally, we could just replace you with AI, and then all my plays would happily go according to
Wait,
plan.
he said that?
No, I mean,
Oh.
this is
That
the guy
sounds
that
very
would love
realistic.
that. This guy would love that.
Good.
I'm
Good.
He grabbed his dick.
Shots. Explosives. You can run. Hey,
You can
Calvin, how
run.
you doing, man?
You can
Good
run.
to meet you.
I'll bet these
Dude.
guys. Okay,
You can.
if I played on this team, guy, every time I gotta watch somebody like have a job where they gotta like not acknowledge that a fucking like not even the personality of C-3PO is talking to them. Like C-3PO was a protocol droid, and he would have more. If I was a protocol droid, I could talk to football. C-3PO could speak 9 million languages.
He could speak all of the things that he could speak. Gen Z too, probably. Not like this guy, although he's trying.
You are big. I don't know what race you are.
He really is kind of doing that, dude. You can run. You're fast.
You look like you might be both a black guy and a white guy. He's blurred out. He's blurts out whatever he's thinking.
Are you Latino? Perhaps.
Your hair is different than my hair. I like football. Pew 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 pew.
I wish you could. You're dubbing him perfectly right now. You're. He is like such a robot, though. Why would you hire this guy in an interview? That means that a person.
Your bones are denser than my white bones. That is science.
They hug. Here, finally, someone my.
You're a white guy, but your hair's cut like a black guy. Pew pew pew.
Dude, he's such a fucking robot. But who?
You are chubbier than the other players.
Like,
but they say you are still fast. My. He's inspiring them.
Yeah. Oh. I can't wait for this team to win 0 games.
This looks like the guy that just briefed Congress about UFOs that he heard of.
That's what I'm saying. He's got this weird. Is it autism?
Yes, it
but
is.
Like,
and that guy, what's his name? Neil Grush, the UFO.
Yeah.
My buddy Scott Rouse. Oh, you should get Scott Rouse on. He has a body language reading channel with these 3 other guys that do it. And he always has interest, but he goes, when he was watching, he goes, "Oh, this guy has autism, like mild."
He just knows it from afar.
From body language.
You could spot him down the road.
You could tell from body language.
You can, yeah.
Especially like this guy, you could read his body language 10 miles. You're like, why are you?
But that's my point. Who hired this guy for? He's making millions of dollars to do this job. That is a high-paying gig. Who's like in an interview with this guy goes, "You know who charmed my pants off? John Gannon." That guy.
Dude, he feels like he's playing Football Man on computer right now.
That's what I'm saying.
He should have like a controller and come up to them and like try to like move them.
He would love them to be robots. And Kyler Murray, who he's like, why'd I take the interview? Not many franchise quarterbacks out there. It's like Kyler Murray talked to him, I guarantee, and was like, I'm not fucking playing for this guy. He's sitting out.
Dude, it almost looked like there's some kind of exchange program going on, and there's like a dumber, louder guy trying to inspire like a spelling bee or a fucking like a math off. I don't know what the equivalent. A chess.
It's not that you care about
Get
this.
aggressive.
Like, the whole thing with this team though is they're trying to, like the president and owner, and he's desperately tanking because they want Caleb Williams in the draft. But here's the thing: Caleb Williams can stay at USC, stay in school one more year, and depending on if he wants to like come out and play for the team. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if this guy's the fucking coach, Caleb Williams like, no, I'm not playing for this dork. You know what I mean? He'll stick around. Do you think
that would be? I mean, don't you think
he could
like
get the guy fired? Unless that's the whole thing. He's a stopgap.
Money is the deciding factor for all this shit.
I mean, he got paid a handsome sum. You can look up his salary. I mean, it will alarm you.
Is he like a vet, Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams will be a rookie, like the number 1 overall draft pick.
I'm going to go ahead and say a rookie would maybe not give a shit that guy's insufferable based on if the deal was good enough.
Well, he'll get a good deal no matter what. If he stays, he'll get a good deal next year too. I mean, he risks maybe getting hurt in college, but he's good, so he'll just like get better and then get an even bigger deal maybe. Rookie deals are pretty structured, so he'll go number 1 overall and probably do it again. He risks maybe getting injured or whatever.
I mean, they all are going to have their... Statistically, none of your brains will work after your careers are done. Do you have a fire in your belly? Your brains will have abnormalities that may make you violent or gay.
That's so funny.
Pew, pew, pew!
So funny that Aaron Hernandez. See, I thought for Aaron Hernandez, he was always violent and closeted, and then like so ragefully closeted. Maybe the CTE like projected that into murder.
Oh yeah, it projected it. It pushed.
But
it
I
in
feel
a
like
direction.
he was so closeted that fucked his brain up too and made him murderous.
Maybe you are secretly gay, and that is your aggression. Everyone should be secretly gay.
What does it say John Gannon's making?
It says here 1.5 million guaranteed in 2023.
Oh,
and
that's so
then 5
low.
million with 1 million guaranteed in 24.
That
That's
adds up to
so.
a
That's
dollar.
actually low. He's gonna get fired after
That's
this
why
season.
that's why he doesn't have the fire in his gut.
He's gonna get fired. He's got the fire. He's gonna get fired in his gut after this season. That's like a fire. You're fired deal.
Do you have a fire in your gut? That means you are excited to play football.
He asked who took the bus.
It
there
is
'cause
not
he
a
had
fire.
to.
That would surely kill you.
Why did he ask about the bus?
I'm saying probably because he's gonna have to take one.
Well,
He's not gonna be able to
he'll-
drive himself.
He's been a NFL coach of some capacity for the last like decade.
Do you want to
so-
take the bus to work, or do you want to take an older, less good model of bus?
I mean, you're right on with that. You called autism the second you saw him.
It's what I'm excited now.
This guy's the best. I mean, I might root for him. I mean, the team is gonna blow, but boy, oh boy, I'm excited. Oh God, he's a real true gift. I love him now. After that, not really.
Dude, who was the guy on? You know, I'm doing a bad knockoff of the. There was a guy. The Onion had a show like briefly. Do you remember that? The Onion.
Onion. Oh yeah. Wasn't it just a clip show or something?
No, it was like a fake news show, and they got like Chicky Sue News, and they had a guy who was autistic reporter or something.
I did not
And,
see that.
and he would report about a train accident, and he would be like, "How is the train? But is the train okay?" He goes, "They will clean all the bits of blood and bone off the train. Then the train will run."
That's great. Oh, I love that though. I mean, your cadence was equivalent to his, I feel.
But that guy, the guy that played him, looks like that guy you just showed me, Gannon.
Yeah. Why?
Put in autistic reporter Onion, and I mean,
See what the guy looks like.
now that I think about
Who's
it,
the actor?
I've seen him in other stuff.
He does look like Jonathan Gannon looks like an autistic Jeremy Strong. I mean, he looks like he's from
Michael Falk,
Secession.
autistic reporter Michael Falk. Yeah. He
Jeez.
so much reminds me of it. If you see there's one where a guy explained prison to him. He's describing prison. He goes, "I need to go to prison. Rob a store. Kill everyone." He was asking him how we can come to prison. He goes, "Kill everyone. Leave no survivors." I want to live in a box.
Man, Jonathan Gannon has got me going.
He's autistic reporter Michael Falk from The Onion.
He's
if anybody remembers it.
Well, next up, we're shifting sports here. This comes to us from T-Bone over at joshpottershow@gmail.com. PGA Tour player Eric Compton was arrested Saturday on felony and misdemeanor charges stemming from an alleged domestic violence incident in Miami. Compton, 43, was charged with felony robbery and strong arm and misdemeanor battery. Compton and his wife were allegedly having a verbal spat over so-called relationship issues when she started to record him. Do we have video of this?
Oh man,
I'll do a look.
Nothing looks better than that. getting recorded.
WPLG-TV reported, citing an arrest report. Authorities said Compton grabbed the device out of his wife's hands, threw it into the pool, and then threw her into the wall by her shoulders.
Wow, this is like a reverse of Tiger Woods. Like he hit his wife with a golf club instead of for once.
Yeah, Tiger Woods' wife broke his Buick or whatever with the windows. That's him right there. He doesn't even
Yeah,
look.
that's
This is
him.
a guy on the PGA Tour.
What do you mean? What's the problem with him?
I mean, that
He's
picture.
not fat
of him,
enough?
No, that one picture of him though looked like a guy that my dad golfs with on a course where they would be like, if they showed up to it, they'd be like, "You're not allowed to golf here."
Dude, I had
It
a
would be
drink.
like, "You have cut off jeans. What are you doing?"
I don't follow golf either, but
I don't either,
I had
but-
a drink from when I did Kill Tony. That dude Post Malone kept ordering John Daly's.
Oh yeah.
Now I didn't know.
What's the John Day? Is that the iced tea lemonade?
It's like an Arnold Palmer, but like
Arnold Palmer. Well, that's another
vodka.
golfer.
I don't know what the fuck is that. It was strong as shit.
Yeah. It's like a Long Island, probably with lemonade in it. I would imagine, because an
It's
Arnold
closer
Palmer,
to that, I bet.
an Arnold Palmer is iced tea and lemonade mixed.
What does it say John Daly is?
Lemonade, iced tea, and vodka.
It was
I
pretty
called
good.
it.
Yeah, it was all right. And,
So yeah, because you said Arnold Palmer mixed with vodka, so
So I was watching a random thing about John Daly, and I had no idea there was a Chris Farley of golf.
oh yeah,
I remember him from years ago when Tiger Woods, that whole shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
John Daly was like, yeah, his wife wasn't interested in sex, so what was he going to do? And I swear to God, and the reason...
what a quote! Because it's like, well,
Yeah.
it's a little more than that. I'd imagine it's the.
I'll bet you it's not.
Did you see the documentary about Tiger Woods?
No.
He was so like his father. Obviously, do you know the story? Like his father trained
Yeah.
him from a young age, like a Chinese soldier. Like it was like
Yeah.
he was like.
Tracy Morgan played his dad on a SNL.
That
thing.
was
He goes,
hilarious.
I told him to swing his club all the live long day.
But in real life, the dad was like, the chip was off. Like he'd make him just do like 100 chips, 100 this, 100 that,
Yeah,
and
so
then
the
he
guy
ended
needed
up.
a blowjob more than once or
Well,
twice
to
a
the
day.
point where like he was so militaristic
Yeah.
about his golf that he eventually like he started doing classes with like Navy SEALs and shit where he would do like raids with guns and stuff and do like all that kind of stuff where it's like get to your six, all this stuff. Like he was doing like I forget what they called it, but it was like tactical
Yeah, right.
shit with like rifles and stuff like that. And he was doing all that shit. So I feel like he started just like blowing off steam
Yeah.
in that extended way too. And he's just like, every waitress wants to fuck me. This is awesome. Like he would go to any Perkins.
If you weren't even a champion of something and that happened, let's say you're just some dickhead and for some reason every waitress wants to fuck you.
Yeah.
That's a huge temptation with not even any pressure.
Yeah, you're looking at a guy who's like,
You're like, seriously? Dude, I swear to God, any waitress.
if a waitress wants,
That could be an
yeah.
80s movie of a superpower somebody gets.
Every waitress. Dude, we go to IHOP, I could fuck anyone in here.
But also, you got to figure... you got to figure that
Which flavor are you going for?
cherry, because I don't want the grapefruit one.
I hate black cherry, so drink those up.
Nice.
Yeah.
But so this guy's like the best golfer, right? Oh
Yeah.
On this John Daly thing I watched, John Daly beat him coming in like he was shit faced.
Oh yeah, John Daly was the man because he's like getting fucked up and having a good time the whole way through. Tiger Woods would like be all like, I'm golf, and then he'd fuck like 1,000 waitresses on his like day off, and then he'd be like golf. John Daly was just doing it the whole way through. Getting
And
fucked up.
not only that, he had a classic bowl haircut with a mullet.
He didn't care about what he looked like.
Dude,
at
he
all.
had a fucking bowl and like that mullet. You don't see that. He had it when it was not cool.
Sure. Now it's like all the fashion.
If you have it now, I'm like, fuck you. Whatever gender you're gonna say you are, I don't believe you. Because you got a bowl hair. But look at how great that looks.
That's great.
There. Bowl haircut mullet.
I like when he looks like Santa Claus too.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, now he can wear whatever he wants on the golf course. He can look like, those are like karate pants. I don't even
I think
know.
he opened like some golf course where anybody can come play.
That's great.
He mulleted up the sport of golf.
I feel like here's the thing in Buffalo, like there's a bunch of courses where you can go like, and you can bring a cooler. And me and my dad used to just get drunk and like, my dad would wear like sleeveless shirts and cut off jeans, and we would just like walk it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we would just get like drunk on it and have like a fried bologna sandwich afterwards. I feel like golf is like gatekeepy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the courses, they're like,
well, Bagger Vance exposed a lot of it. Well, sir, I'm watching you both shoot a bad game of golf.
here I'm like, they won't let me wear cut off jeans on there. And there's like some guys out there, they're like, Josh, I can't play that course because of the color of my skin.
Wait, what is that true? That's
Those
the
are
thing?
There's still some places where it's like a shh. There's like one, I feel like, look up like latest course to change that, because there was like one where they're like, now they'll let people of all races and creeds play, and it's like, it's 1994.
Dude, what's that fucking video? It's like drill rap, and they got that girl that played piano back in like the...
I don't know. You taught me about drill rap the other day, so I
he
don't
goes,
learn anything
Who
about
I
it.
smoke, baby. Wait,
I don't know it. I don't listen to drill
because they're on a
rap.
golf course.
What was tell me when like segregation was what was the last holdout golf course to not allow black people or women even, because that one I think is actually later, the women one. Let's see what it says, because I bet you it's like an
Was there no blacks or clams golf course? Wow.
I bet it's an alarming date. Like where you go, wow.
Golf, the sweet racial science, they call it.
Well, let's see what happened to this lady here. The alleged incident left bruises on his wife's left arm, according to the report. Compton invoked his right to an attorney and refused to speak to police. This guy's not... I've never heard of this golfer, for the record. Compton was taken into custody in Miami. He has his 5 top 10 finishes and 168 career starts on the PGA Tour. I like how they end the story about him throwing his wife through a wall with his stats.
I mean, through a wall is pretty fucking intense strength.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the wall, I guess. The plaster being what it is and whatnot. You never know.
Like clear through, or she just dented it. Like
I think it probably
Terminator
put a hole.
2 when they fought.
It's yeah. I don't think she came out the other side. I think it was one of those
full-on RoboCop hostage situation.
Some of those walls actually like help you. I know in college when there would be like guys would get into tussles in your like dorm room or something. They'd collapse into the wall. They would always like leave a hole. That would always like help them. They were like, "Oh, I'm not hurt. The wall broke."
Oh,
my
it's
fall.
like
one of those like plastery walls.
Kayfabe wall.
Yeah, exactly. What does it say there?
I'm not finding really any clear answers, if I'm being honest.
All right.
Yeah.
My research team.
Oh, and I'll tell you another important point. Who gives a shit?
I guess that's true. I just wanted to hear the last golf course to not allow different races.
You just wanted to raise a high noon to the last.
It would have been hilarious to see the year.
Golf course.
I really think the year is like borderline millennium. Like it gets that crazy. And you're like, that's still a thing? I can't believe it.
Well, why do people have private clubs?
I mean, that's a great point.
For a reason.
There is a reason. Well, did you see this thing? I'm going to shift to the news now. We also have a news song.
That's better.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's a better one.
Thank you.
I like the echo effect.
Did you see? Do you see this gender reveal party? We have a video of this, right?
What? It better be the baby revealing its own gender, or else I'm out of here.
It's not, but this is. We have a video.
Wait,
yeah?
what's the headline? What did the headline say?
Well, we'll watch the video and then we'll look at the headline here. So here's just like they're having a crop duster for those listening at home.
I remember first hearing about this, before gender was the hot button issue it is now, and I thought it was very strange.
Gender reveals.
Like
in general.
I can't imagine someone having a party to reveal a gender of their kid like I give that much of a shit.
Yeah, no, that's...
Someone close to me doing it, I'd be like, dude, shut up. Like,
it is
call me
wild.
when you have it.
Yeah. It is a wild sort of thing to do. And
how many fucking parties are you going to have for gifts?
And the elaborate ways in which people go about revealing it. This person
what if you
hired a
miscarry?
crop duster.
Dude, can you imagine doing all this and miscarrying? How embarrassing that would be.
There's a bad omen about it on this one. Play the video, please.
You're daring God.
Look at this. They don't even notice. They kiss and embrace.
What
Wait,
happened?
what is that? Did you not see?
The plane crashed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I haven't seen that angle. Good find with that.
Wow, imagine saying that. Like, my dad died crop dusting a gender reveal.
Imagine
it's not
being
even...
like, evidently at my gender reveal, a crop duster
You know that movie?
revealed what I was.
Oh, Independence Day with the aliens?
Yeah.
This is how Randy Quaid should have died.
Yeah. This is how
I'm
he would
back.
have flown into the
But-
I'm back.
Yeah, but
His
no-
wing collapses.
Yeah, but...
I never saw the other angle from it. That is wild, where it just goes over a shopping center. What does it collide? I always want to know what it lands on. Because it doesn't explode necessarily. A crop duster wouldn't explode. This guy
Well,
puts his camera down like a fucking
I mean, I think it's the best you can ask for.
Oh, it's in a field. Okay.
You know, an honorable death.
I know, right? Like, that guy didn't go out, like,
Jesus.
fighting the Viet Cong. He didn't go out, like, in World War II. He
Well,
went out crop dusting.
can I
a
say
gender
something?
reveal. He didn't even water a crop or dust a crop.
That baby, whatever the hell they revealed, that baby better not fucking transition because you're spitting on that man's sacrifice. A guy died telling you what your gender is. A man died.
Don't you dare switch it.
The kid's like, 2 men are going to die.
Or because it said it was a girl, it's like one man dies, another is born.
I'm taking his name.
Taking his name. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, my God. I don't even know what else to go to from here. Oh, this one was sent in by Mike McGrain. This is a good way to end. We always have a story like
Oh,
this.
good, 'cause I got pissed.
Kirsten's shaking her head.
I got to go make yellow claw, if you know what I mean.
We seem to have a story like this a lot lately, and it comes to us from Mike McCrane. And I think you and I were talking about Mr. Hands the other night, so this kind of goes in line with that. A British man snuck into a farm in the middle of the night and had sex with a cow, but it was discovered when he triggered an alarm placed by the animal's wary owner. A DNA sample proved Liam Brown had intercourse with the animal in Burton, near Dorset. This is all fucking...
How? Did they kick over a metal bucket and see the footprints on top of the bucket because they stood on a bucket to do it? That's how one of the ways they catch you.
When they look at the buckets?
There's a documentary about it.
There is?
There's a guy who's like an animal SVU cop that goes around. I'm not making... This guy, Dan Swimer, who's a writer for Sasha Cohen, told me, and he was laughing because the guy would kick a bucket over and look, and if there's boot prints on the bottom of the bucket,
my God.
He knows the guy stood on the bucket.
In this one, they have a DNA sample, though. It's like, did they swab the cow's ass for the guy's jizz? Why did they get a DNA sample?
I don't know, but you know what you just remind me of? There's like fine print in Twitter now that they're going to take, your biometrics and also DNA samples.
What? How are they going to get my DNA?
Do I have to stop jizzing on my phone?
Yeah. Does it come?
No, that was my question. I don't know, but what?
Where do they get it from?
It's just in the thing. Like if we happen to collect your, it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
That's nuts. I will.
Yeah.
Just leave, I guess. I don't.
I'm just saying, sports might be the least of your trouble soon. You might not be able to hide in your sports.
I'm trying every day to hide in my sports, but they're gonna be like, "You want to tweet about that Washington Boise State game? You're gonna need to give me a DNA sample."
Do you remember? I don't remember what we were talking about, but you're like, "Oh, the brainwave headphones." You're like, "I just want to do my job and keep my head down." I have three total now. People have said that something along those lines.
Yeah,
as if they were fucking Chinese.
Ultimately, I will become
communist Chinese.
I will happily be Chinese if I have to be, as long as I can just keep going.
No, we are China now. That is like
good. I've already acquiesced.
I don't want people like we're gonna fight China one day. Like you are China.
No,
everybody
it's over,
really admires China.
It's over already. Yeah, LeBron. We talked about LeBron.
Yeah, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Could have harmed me mentally. Remember that when somebody brought up his slave shoes? And
yeah. He just goes around. He's like, meh, I tried to say something.
I gave my kid all the boosters.
I tried to say something.
I said, take it. You're a young man. No, it'll probably help.
That was the giant conspiracy with that guy. I mean, his kid is young to have.
Dude, have you not seen the fucking mashup of all the people collapsing on TV and then brought to you by Pfizer? It's hilarious.
And it's brought to you by Pfizer.
You never saw that? It's one of the
see
funniest. Somebody compiled all the people who just fucking collapsed on camera. And I was kind of vaguely aware of them, but seeing them all
Damar
together.
Hamlin was one of them. I know that, and I know he didn't.
Dude, it's all reporters, and they're all talking. They go, whoa.
Oh, it's like
and
that.
it goes, brought to you by Pfizer. Because all the news, if you watch it, most people don't.
Mm-mm.
Well, why would you unless you're on a flight and you have to watch CNN or whatever?
Yeah. Or you're in an airport.
Yeah, you're in an airport. All the shows say brought to you by Pfizer.
Yeah.
And they're like an infomercial for Pfizer products.
Hey, Pfizer, you can advertise on this program if you want. For some cash.
No, I think they do a great job. Everybody knows all about Oxy. I used to be on Oxycontin, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't tricked.
I was a Perks guy.
Well, then Perks have Tylenol in it,
mm-hmm.
and so you can't you can only take so many. So
really?
then Oxy don't have no Tylenol. That's just
really.
Yeah, that's the difference. So I would do
So I was actually being really safe.
Well, I don't know how many he took, but no more than a certain amount in a day, or you're fucking. Bobby Lee told me when he used to take Vicodin. He's told this story on a lot of shit, but the amount he took sounds fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, when these people are taking like dozens. multiple dozens.
You could take like maybe 12 a day max, but I don't even
Percocets,
think
I
so.
couldn't take that many because it would make me like so nauseous.
Yeah, because the Tylenol is poison. That's the number one OD is Tylenol. Is like liver failure
Damn.
and kidney failure from Tylenol.
Yeah, no, I know.
But
I got out of it.
So Oxycontin didn't have any Tylenol. So when you had breakthrough pain, now again, I wasn't tricked. I knew what it. But when I started taking it, I was taking perks. I was like, oh shit, I'll take the little blue oxys. You take way more.
Just in your hand, your handful.
Yeah, and those, and so like when I found out later, like so heroin, that was the Oxycontin of its day. Like
Right.
it came out as a non-addictive substitute for morphine.
Yeah.
And Oxycontin.
A non-addictive. That's hilarious.
And there's a whole documentary. It's like every fucking, the Sackler family. Like everybody will tell you about the Sackler family, which they did. Like it's crazy what they did to sell heroin.
Damn.
And call it Oxycontin. But anyway, everybody I know, especially like if you're a good like liberal, like that story, those kind of documentary stories.
Right.
And this documentary is like, oh, thank God we got that one bad family. Remember like Farmer Bro?
Yeah.
And
Scarelli.
Yeah, and like that's literally what they do in all the drug. They're only mad at him because he fucking drew attention to it.
Yeah. He was out there bragging about it.
It's fucking amazing.
That was it. But everyone does that. You're right. What a bright note to end the program on.
Oh my God, I got to pee so bad.
Well, we'll get out of here. Plug anything else you want. Of course, 30 Minutes with Kurt Metzger is on YouTube, on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Presented by Gas Digital. Is there anything else? Any dates you got or anything?
Oh, I'm going to Uncle Vinny's next week.
Ooh. Love Uncle Vinny's.
Yeah, Uncle Vinny's. That's by my hometown.
Hell yeah, dude. And that's next week?
Yeah.
Sick. All right. Well, for me, folks, you can follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. You got the old Patreon, patreon.com/The Josh Potter Show. Pleased to be buying tickets to Portland. That's happening September 23rd at the Siren Theater.
Sound like a poo. Pleased to be buying tickets.
That's exactly true. But yes, also, we're going to be at Skankfest. You're going to be at Skankfest, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be at
Hell yeah, dude.
Skankfest.
We're going to have a great time. So if you're going to be in Vegas for that, we'll see you there. Otherwise, rate, review, subscribe. We'll see you next Wednesday right here on The Josh Potter Show. Thanks, Kurt. That was awesome.
Thanks, brother.